goddess of Cyprus, because the mythology says that Aphrodite,
yes, emerged in the waters of Cyprus, and her sacred gardens were practically this area where we are working.
But nowadays, Venus has become some kind of kitsch touristic reference in Cyprus, so we decided to make a little fun of it with a work, with a great artist. And this is the central yard. Originally was the space where the transformation of the agricultural products took place. We decided to keep this character, so it's not a urban piazza, a urban square.
Partially added some trees, and in order to provide some spots of shadow, as Cyprus can be extremely hot in the summer.
And the stretch of water that you see is part of a system to recycle rainwater and wastewater.
So that's about the presentation of the project.
Okay, thank you. We invited you mainly because we thought that the possibility that we have many architects who are studied at ETH and work in tourist economy. So I think it's interesting to have you here. And if you see that presentation, there is one question I want to ask first, and that would be, why did you get to Switzerland, but do only competitions until now in Cyprus?
Well, why we go to Switzerland, we partially answered it before. We can say, why did we decide to stay? Okay, because since, for example, where I had finished working in the office, and Maya had the opportunity, as she said, to work here. Well, lab affairs are a very good reason for deciding to stay in a place, and then gradually you make friends and you make an environment, and this is also another reason that at the moment I would say we are here.
And in general, we do not exclude to participate to Swiss competitions, but so far we found. We are not excluded to participate to competitions or to be involved in projects in Switzerland. But so far we were more intrigued about competitions abroad, because we think that sometimes the themes for the competitions in Switzerland
they haven't intrigued us. Really. And Cyprus, it's a way to also think, also my birthplace, it's kind of a way to try to establish a connection, but without really having to be there. That would be the answer.
And maybe
Get it.
how did you get into those big puzzles that you used after studying? Or what are the reasons you got to do that?
Well, for me the reason is very clear. When I was a student, I visited all the European capitals during my studies as an architect, because it's something that I really wanted. I felt the need to do it. And when I went to Berlin and then went to visit the Jewish Museum, I decided that I wanted to work for Libeskind, so I did.
And for me, it was somehow similar. I was interested in his architecture from the studies, and I was also very curious to see how, from a concept, you get to make a project, and then you get to build that. And also the fascination of the big office, and the challenge to see myself in one of them. There is no genius in there, just to let you know.
your own
Well,
project?
mainly to find my own voice, architecturally speaking.
Yeah, that's also the same for me. If I go, for example, in my case, with the end of this, of this project, the cycle had somehow ended, and yes, I felt also to return back to my own head a bit how we are at university. When you do a project, you're just into your head and you're doing the things the way you want to.
Yeah, and when you are in the big office, maybe you are involved in big and exciting projects, but it's not your own project.
Yes.
So it's not your own idea.
The change to landscape architecture is already.
Yeah, I hope so.
About your organization, what are the advantages or disadvantages of your kind of organization?
Maybe you explain again that you, Maya, you work in Ticino, in Terzini,
Yes.
and
And I'm working in Zurich.
And
how is it possible?
yes, how is it possible, and what are the opportunities, or what are the advantages?
Well, we have technology. So if you have a laptop and internet connection and Skyping, your problems are really over.
You can talk for hours.
Yes.
For hours, and it costs nothing, and you can show things, and you can share screens. And the other thing is that what is basic is that there is a good understanding, as it is in every collaboration that works smoothly. So a good understanding, distance is not a problem. We of course need.
Yeah, of course.
It's not that we can't only work far. We need the contact.
Yeah, we need regularly actually.
Yeah.
So how regularly?
Well, it depends.
During competitions, we meet 2-3 times, and then we spend the last 2 weeks, 10 days working together in the same place.
In the last time.
Yeah, of
Before
course.
that meet.
Okay, at least one night.
But now how you do it, but are there advantages to work like this?
Well, distance is not a disadvantage. I mean, having even a mental distance, so a bit of independence, is very important, I think, for
For
both.
both of us. To have the time also to think a bit alone and to develop something a bit alone, and then you bring it back together. So for the time being, it seems to be working.
Okay, and you said technology is necessary. Are there other necessary things to work like this?
Well, I said before, to communication, to have good levels of
Cheap transportation?
transportation also is very helpful.
Yeah, well, being in Switzerland is crucial. I guess it's the only country where you can so easily move across the whole country without sweating.
Yes. Where you come from, I come from Italy.
Yeah, we come from disadvantages.
This looks like a miracle,
yeah.
A miracle coming true,
Okay.